Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning.
Morning viewers, back to the maps today, just to give you an idea of where we went yesterday and where we are. Just gave you a little pan of the view outside. I'll have a look at that again. This is it's a lovely day, and we're in Unhausen in Austria. Good, so to the maps. So yesterday, no, it's the too much sun. I'll get my lovely assistant to pull the curtains, and then we'll be able to see a little bit more. That one, there we go. That's better. Right, good. Get the sun out of the way. So we started here on the Bodensee, which is this inland lake in Austria, between where we were, which was Sipplingen and Lindau, and we came along the side of the lake and then headed down to Rankweil and then to Mittelberg, heading that way up into the mountains, where we did 3 passes. We did the Vistas, excuse my German, the Wiesing Pass, and then the Timmelsjoch Pass, which was magnificent, all the way along here, finally ending up in Unhausen, which is here. Good. So today it's a little bit weird today. We were going to do the Timmelsjoch Pass, which was this one down here, but there's been an avalanche, so we can't do that. So we're going to head down to a motorcycle, I think it's a motorcycle museum.
Top of the mountain motorcycle
museum.
Yeah,
top of the mountain motorcycle museum. And then we're going to head back on a return route and then head back into Germany just briefly, head around and then come down to there. So it's about 140-mile route back to number 4. So that's what today's plan is. And so we're going to pop off and have some breakfast, load up the bikes and get on our way. I'll speak to you soon. Okay, good morning everyone. Day 4 of our journey, our motorcycle adventure, taking in Belgium, Germany, Austria, Italy, Switzerland, and then home again. Today we're off to Wiesing in Austria, but we're heading to top of the mountain motorcycle museum, and we're going to take in some of the mountain passes when we get there, have a look at the museum, come back on ourselves, and then heading back into Germany, taking a right and then finishing up with Wiesing in Austria, Tyrol. So yeah, about 140 miles in total today, so not too long. Weather looks good. Whether that stays the same for the rest of the tour, it's going to be a little bit time of year, especially in the mountains. You're going to have a little bit of rain on you. Can't rain dodge every day, but we'll make the most of it. Notice that in Europe we're able to use our left hand to thank each other as motorcyclists, rather in the UK when we have to do a nod or a leg. That's always nice. Great day yesterday, tiring, despite that we didn't do a huge amount of miles, but yeah, some really great roads, as you've seen on the video. So, as usual, if you see anything else, I'll get back to you. Otherwise, enjoy the ride. Okay, so we're en route to the Timmelsjoch, although it's not, the pass isn't actually open, but I suppose we can always enjoy the road. Or head into the museum. See, the scenery is spectacular. I know it gets a little bit, perhaps a little bit boring on the camera, but you know, to be here, quite amazing. We've just gone through Solden, which is a ski resort in the winter, but just full of mountain bikers, and that's obviously what they do in the summer. Get those mountain bikes. A lot of them electric now, so it just helps with the mountains a little bit. Makes it a bit more popular, and they can enjoy all the passes as well. But of course, there's a lot of off-road trekking as well. So I suppose that's alpine life, isn't it? You've got to mix summer and winter and change your allegiance from skis to wheels. Anne and I were talking about the Timmelsjoch while it was closed, and obviously there's an avalanche risk. You would have thought with the sun shining and it being about 17 degrees, there would have been a lot of melt. But sometimes June can be a little bit iffy, and obviously I haven't had enough hot weather to get rid of all that heavy snow at the top. So possibly it might be open in a week, I reckon. So if you are thinking of just watch around about June and July, because if you want to do Timmelsjoch, then you might have to leave it a little bit later, perhaps July. You can tell, I mean, the melt is on. So all the rivers are running really fast, and then you've got all this dripping off the top, which is quite spectacular as well. It comes down and natural showers, if you feel like stopping and taking your clothes off in a nice cold shower. Yeah, so you have to just time it. We kind of got it wrong this year, but next year will be somewhere hot. We're thinking of Portugal next year, so that'll be different. So here we are at the top of the mountain motorcycle museum. €15 to get in each, if you're interested in coming here. Can't do the pass because it's closed for another 4 days. But this is something that we decided we wanted to come up and have a look at. It's like an old Indian scout there. A Bruff Superior. Now often they say Bruff was the best motorcycle of its time, but it's a bit like Nortons of today, really, outpriced and rare. And are they worth the money? Well, that's actually a new Bruff, isn't it? So yeah. Sometimes I think just living on a name, isn't it, really? I mean, some, Triumph have done well. They've kept the name going. Same with Royal Enfield. Same with Indian, really. But you have to appeal to the masses, I'm afraid. Not to the few that have got £40,000 or £50,000 to spend on a motorcycle. Some great old pictures there, look at that. These guys went round at 100 miles an hour on something that didn't stop that well. And virtually no brakes at all. Oh, Pooch. Used to have the old Pooch Maxis, didn't we, when we were kids? Don't see them anymore now, though. I don't know if Pooch is the real name or is it Pooch. Wow, there's a lot going on there, isn't there? Amazing. This is entitled, just a... Have a look. Post-war exhibition had various travel-related elements. 1952 to Kuwait, Saudi Arabia was a trial of what must have been Europe's first modern motor caravan. That included setting up plans for tourism. 1953 to Tunisia and Libya, and 1956 to Egypt, or pursuing objectives with cultural or historical themes. Yeah, so living out of I suppose it had its challenges, if not petrol alone, I would imagine. Where to get it all. I'm taking it, was Pooch an Austrian make? I'll have to look that up, I'll have to Google that. Some lovely BMWs, look at those, 1926. That is just a work of art, I love that bike. Original colours as well. Yeah, I mean that's the R47, yeah. That was what the 1800 was a homage to, wasn't it? Love them. Okay, so this is the upper level, and I've suddenly went, wow, there's a sea of motorcycles. How much is all this worth? Amazing. Including a Bruff Superior over there in 1923. thousands alone. AJS Nortons, Belisets, Rudge Whitworth, Sunbeam, all racing bikes. And the thing is, they did race around wood. Oh, look at that, Moto Guzzi, the red one, Moto Guzzi, I should say. Oh, the Mandello.
But that one rides nicer than
The new one. Supreme, not heard of that. I know it's a British bike. But, no, not the music, sweetheart. There's a Rudge. NSU. Over in the back, in the middle. An Excelsior. 1934. Mechanical marble. Ah, look, Vincent HRDTT. Matchless. Ooh, that's a new one for me. A Wooler, 1919, London. $350. Leather belt drive as well. Lovely little boxes. A beautiful little bike. Oh. Now there's a motorcycle seat. Look at that. Wilkinson touring motorcycle, 1913. There's a lot of starting to do there, isn't there? Tickling carbs and all sorts of things. Looks like the handbrake in the middle, in between your legs. Rear brake only. Not front suspension though. I think the light is probably gas. Yeah, got retardation there, up there, and foot brake for the rear, which is drum. Yeah, nice. That's pretty ugly. Sorry. French, but yeah, normally I'm afraid that one's not very nice either. It's funny how some motorcycles just wow, that's just scratch built, isn't it? And on this side we've got the real oldies, turn of the century, 1900s, 1903 Ariel. What's that one? That's a BAT, a bat. They all had that similar look, didn't they, with that tank just sitting on the crossbar on the frame, until they developed the tank that sat on the top. All very similar. NSU, Dollar, Magnet de Bon. Oh, that's quite pretty. Nice colours. Garelli. It's amazing actually how many people were just making motorcycles, but I suppose they were very basic, weren't they? You know, the frame. And it became a little bit more sophisticated, and I suppose people were able to get around fairly cheaply, and then people started racing them, and as the roads got better. But touring's always been you can see on that very old picture there, you know, people were still going into the mountains. And why wouldn't you? touring and holidays expand the mind, don't they? And it goes back to how if you had time off, which wasn't, I suppose, for the upper middle classes maybe, and for those that had money, touring was available, but for the working classes it was just getting to and from work. Wow, what a museum. I've seen so much. I suppose the advantage of coming here in June is there is no one here, because I'm just wandering around chatting to you. Ah, the Fiat 1957. So this is entitled Micro Cars. There's the NSU. And the famous BMW. Now I had to see this 4 Bruff Superiors in a row. Now I don't know how much a Bruff Superior would go for now, but 70,000, 80,000, sky's the limit depending on it. And you've got 4 sitting in a row there, 5 actually, over there. 5 Bruff Superiors. Can't be that many left in the world. There's a lot of homage to Italian bikes here. MV Augusta. That's the F4000S. A friend of mine's got one. You'll be impressed with that one. And a big motor. Normally you have a sort of design and they normally put some sort of engine in it, don't they? Kawasaki. Don't know which engines that might have in it. The Ducati 900 Super Sport. Lovely. Oh, look at that MV Augusta. If you've never owned an MV Augusta, you should at least once. I've managed to do it. Tick that box. Moto Guzzi. The shaft drive, the Moto Guzzi. And the Benelli, which is now owned by a Chinese company. Now still making Benellis, nice to see, the old 6-cylinder. Another Varese F4. Yeah, some nice bikes there. Yeah, I thought I'd show you this one. This is Burt Munro's 1920 special. This was the one that he broke. Top speed on the flying mile, 331 kilometres per hour on Borenfield Flats. Burt Munro from New Zealand. They made a film about it. The Fastest Indian, I think it's called, or something like that. Okay, so we're up to this this part here, which is the Puch Graz Volks model of 1938. So Puch is an Austrian company. I was right, but I double checked on Google, and they started making bikes in 1913, and then this is the original sound.
Okay, so that was museum and the beginning of Timmelsjoch, or Timmelsjoch, sorry, whatever the pronunciation is. It's closed, there's a big barrier the other side. They've had an avalanche, so you're getting down, but anyway. We had a nice walk around the museum, as you see from the video, and just a little drink. We're going to do the route back to where we started this morning, and then we're going to head off back towards Germany on a slightly different route, taking it about just over 100 miles, 117 miles for destination. So comparatively short day today, but then again we put some miles in over the last 3 days, so that'll be a nice relaxing jaunt through the mountains while the weather's good. So we've just had a spot of lunch, and we are on this, well, I can only describe it as a very windy sort of mountainous road. We cut off and we're still heading for Wiesing, but this will send us up to the A12, but it's just full of bikes, so it's obviously a biking road. Just been overtaken by a couple of KTMs. Why not? We're in Austria, our home of the KTM. And it is a Saturday, so I would imagine that a lot of bikers are out doing their thing, but this is obviously one of their chosen routes because it's very quiet as far as four-wheel traffic is concerned. But a great road. I'll have to find out exactly where it is, what number. I think it was a 187, I'm not sure. What does it say? Oh yeah, it says L237. That's what we're on, the L237. So if you're in this area of Austria, the L237, this is the one. Popular with cyclists and motorcyclists as well. We'll get past this Jeep in a minute, because as much as we're careful, we're not that slow. Wow, look at that. The little lake on the right hand side. Very green. Okay, so we're now in a place, a road called Vistas, which was our we worked it out yesterday, the route that we were going to take to Wiesing. We weren't sure about this road because it didn't give a great deal of information. So we've turned right off the 11. We went through a beautiful, you've seen it on the video, beautiful town of Bulgar in Germany, or Bulgar in Germany, and very beautifully painted little village, and then we turned right into this one, and it's a toll road, so we paid 12 euros for this, and it runs through obviously a wooded camping area. But yeah, so it worked out quite well, really. Sometimes you don't get the information because it looked like it was closed, but obviously not. And it runs by a little river on the right hand side, beautiful. See it just through the trees. seen it all now. Yeah, I did. I've seen it all now. Lederhosen and a German helmet on a monkey bike. Yeah. Crazy Germans.
So I'm going to end this part of the trip here, looking over beautiful river on our toll road. We stopped and had a look at it. We thought it was very lovely, and then we're heading off to the hotel. If you've liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and then I'll speak to you in the next episode.